If you're a short hitter of the golf ball and want to start hitting some longer drives and getting more distance off the tee, I need you to check that you're doing these simple golf tips in your golf swing. Number one, I'm sure you all know, but plenty of my lessons slip back into this golf swing mistake. It's ball position. Ball position with your driver should not be the same as with your irons. Your ball position with driver should be heading up towards your lead foot. I like my ball position to be related to my left armpit, because where your left armpit is the longest radius of your golf swing, which means once you get to that point, your club's going to start working on the way up. Your angle of attack will move up. It will hit its low point at this point and then start moving up. And if you want to gain distance, you've got to get your angle of attack going up if you're a short hitter with not a lot of swing speed. PGA Tour averages, I know it used to be average 1 down with driver. LPGA Tour, I know it used to average 3 up. And average swing speeds on both those tours, PGA Tour are swinging a lot faster than the LPGA Tour. So basically, if you're a slower swing speeder trying to hit that golf ball further, we need you to get that angle of attack up. And that's what ball position, pushing it forward, will do to help gain those extra yards. Here's a simple way to get that ball position right every time. And add it into your pre-shot routine. When you set up to the ball, push that club behind the ball, check you're aiming in the right spot, and do it with your feet together. Now, tiny movement with your lead foot, big movement with your back foot. And now my ball position is pretty much somewhere around my lead armpit, maybe a smidge in front of it, especially by the time I've put my side bends in and tilts in, it's going to be ahead of it, helping my angle attack move up. If I quickly put my launch monitor on the floor here and hit one with my ball position forward, small step with my front foot, big with my back, set myself up. What a drive. There you can see my angle of attack is 3 up. Now if I push my ball position back more towards an iron swing, which I see lots of my lessons still doing, even though this is such a simple trick to add 20-30 yards to your drives, find it even hard to hit it from there. Now my angle of attack is 1 down. So there's tip and checkpoint number 1. Super simple, and a super simple way to set yourself up correct every time. Next tip. Tip number 2, after you've got your ball position in the right spot, my next simple tip to gain some extra yards if you are a short hitter and need to hit this golf ball further, I want you to start thinking about your lead heel and letting it come up off the ground. You look at tour professionals now, back in the past, so many of them are lifting that lead foot off the ground. And I get it, so many people don't lift their lead foot off the ground because we're so nervous and so safe in golf. We don't want anything to go wrong, so we keep it as simple as possible, which as people come into my lesson bay, I see such limited rotation in the bottom half, which is where all this power is going to come from. And if you're limiting yourself, you'll start to see swings that just use the arms. As soon as you start using the arms, this lead arm comes right across your chest. From here, you start casting that club away from you. Whereas good players are reaching as far away from them as they can and then squeezing this gap on the way down. Because you're trying to be safe and accurate possibly, you're causing yourself all sorts of problems here. Casting over the top, slicing, angles of attack going down, which is going to make you loads worse and lose so much distance. So let's start letting that lead heel come off the ground, ball position a bit forward, lead heel in the backswing, let it come up. Feel like you're stretching those arms away from you rather than nothing happening. Arms get really close and across your body and all sorts of problems start to happen. Get that lead foot rising up, get to the range, get used to that feeling. Feel like you're stretching away from that golf ball and give it a good tonk. Beautiful. And the final thing that's stopping you from adding distance to your drives, for those shorter hitters out there looking for more distance, is getting good extension through your lead side. So how you're pushing in the ground, getting your verticals to shoot up. And if you're lifting your lead foot like in tip 2, you can add these two together. So what I want you to do, get that ball position forward, get your lead foot rising on that backswing. And now to get that extension through your lead leg, what I tend to see with shorter hitters is there's sort of a bow in that leg that stays buried in their lead side. You get this sort of shape happening with your lead leg. No push out off the ground until way after the golf ball. So to get that push out of the ground nice and early, once you've lifted your heel off the ground, before you even start your downswing, I want you to feel like you're going to push and squash that heel back into the ground nice and early. So ball position forward, lifting that lead heel on the way back, and before we get to the top of your backswing, you're going to start to squish it into the ground again. This will really make you push up, the ground will push back, and you'll get some real good extension in that lead leg. It will start to snap back at you. So many of my lessons struggle with this one, but if you are a short hitter looking to hit that golf ball a little bit further, this is a game changer for swing speed. And once you get that swing speed, if you can start striking that golf ball properly too, that's where you're going to get 10, 20, 30 yards added onto your drives. Ball position, lead heel lifting on the backswing. Simple little tips that you can add to your golf swing. Tip number 3, bit more advanced, but once you've got tip 1 and 2 down to a T, get tip 3 into your golf swing and start adding some serious distance and speed to your golf drives. Let me know in the comments down below if these tips help you hit that golf ball a little bit further this season. Get that ball down that hole as far as you can. Proximity will get closer, scores will get lower, and you can thank me later. If you're enjoying the channel and the content, make sure you're hitting that big red subscribe button, hitting that like button, and turning the bell notification on so you get notified of when I upload all my new videos. Thanks all for watching. See you in the next one.